Hi, everybody. It's Tuesday night town hall with Cynthia. Hello. I hope that you've chosen to join me tonight. Looking forward to just having a conversation and answering last minute primary questions. Hopefully, any of you who are still out there making that final decision on the ballot, if you have questions, I'd like to hear from you tonight. So anyway, Tuesday night. First reminder is always to please visit my website, Cynthia Sarmiento, HD30.com. On that website, you can join my team or make a donation to my campaign and help me reach my goal. Would really appreciate you checking that out. Also, just a brief campaign update. There's just been a lot going on. I have been out in the community constantly, walking neighborhoods and talking to folks, meeting people, attending different events. Last weekend, had a blast attending a picnic with several other candidates and folks from the community. And it's just so exciting as we're coming close to the end of the primary month here. There's just so much energy, and I'm just really psyched to be moving into this final week of primary month. So next Tuesday, ballots are due for primaries. I will not be having a town hall that night. Instead, I'll be having a watch party that's broadcasted. So please look forward to that event. But town halls will commence the week after that. And so next week, watch party on Tuesday night. And also, very exciting, this Friday is my birthday. So to celebrate my birthday, I really want to blow out the candles on my cake and make a wish. And of course, what is my wish? That I get the chance to turn this district red again and serve my community. So please look for my event that'll be coming up this Friday and Saturday. It's going to be a fun birthday fundraising event and help me light my cake. So you'll learn more as it debuts tomorrow morning. So watch all of my media sources for more information on that event. Okay. So first of all, I want to ask if there's any comments or questions out there. Anybody has anything going on? Please go ahead and post your questions or comments so that we can address those tonight. And I'll just take a peek, see here, and see if anything's coming in. I know that folks may have some last minute questions as we're ending up, like I said, the primary season. So I'll continue to watch. Let's see here. Okay. All right. So I just want to make sure I can see what was coming in if they do. In the meanwhile, I want to talk about something that you will be seeing posted up this evening. I'm going to be posting a link this evening that I find very valuable in explaining the Gallagher Amendment. And so if you're not familiar with the Gallagher Amendment, then this video will certainly help you become familiar with it. But in essence, it is an amendment that was created to basically provide some controls over our property taxation and how that is done. And so Gallagher is under attack right now from the Democrats. So what we see a lot in the Democratic Party, right, is that they want to eliminate our rights as citizens to vote and have controls over taxation and those types of things, because certainly then that money can go into their pool of money to continue to push their agenda and their other items and that type of thing. And so it's very important that we continue to support amendments and acts that help give us taxpayers' rights to vote and understand and control taxation. And so Gallagher is currently under attack. And so I'm just going to be posting a link on my Facebook page. I'll post it on LinkedIn and other sites as well. My website, I'd just like you to go and check it out. The website that this video is on is really informative. There's also a video there on Tabor and other good information. And I just always like to give a little value and help folks learn about something they may not totally know about. If you know about Gallagher or Tabor or whatever it might be, then certainly you understand the importance of continuing to protect our rights as taxpayers. So it looks like I do have a question that came in. It says, tell us what you think about supporting the police. So right now we are really in just a critical time in our country with police officers under attack, the entire system of policing and how that looks and what it is, people wanting to defund the police, all of those things. I mean, we're seeing a number of different crises across the country. And of course, in Colorado, we've recently created legislation for what they're calling police reform. And this is really at the forefront of people's minds. So number one, I absolutely support our police officers. Their constant vigilance, their willingness to go into situations that we do not want to go into as citizens is important. And the idea of having police, of us as a community, just regardless of what side of the fence you sit on, us as a community coming together and having a single system that helps us live in harmony, control crime, and those types of things is of the utmost importance. Okay, we are seeing some of the craziness that's going on in cities where the police have been in a stranglehold. So I absolutely support our police. Are there police officers who have done things wrong, who have overstepped their bounds, who have used excessive force? Certainly there are, right? In any profession that we see, it doesn't matter what it is, doctors, lawyers, whatever, we know that there are good and there are bad. With the police, okay, because of the physical control that they have over us in so many different ways, of course, we need to be in a heightened awareness when there is an issue with regard to abuse of that power. And so we certainly need to come up with some common sense solutions that will address how we can better train and screen police officers without putting a stranglehold and harming the good officers that are out there. It saddens me greatly to see officers being targeted for violence. It really brings me to a point where it's very evident as to how severe our situation is right now in this country. I know that current legislation we're talking about with regard to police reform has a number of different contingencies in it. Some of those include things like personal liability for police officers. I think that we need to be very careful in how we tread on that issue. When we start to make public servants and put public servants in that position, we certainly diminish our capacity to recruit people and effectively administer those systems. So there are a number of different things going on, and I think, like most solutions, there are positives and negatives to every solution that's coming up. So we just need to continue to dialogue as a community about how we can support our police and how we can also make them the most effective team of public servants possible. I'd also like to say that it is not mutually exclusive that you can support our police and still support the concept that Black Lives Matter. And when I say that, I am not saying that we need to support people who have taken that notion as a free-for-all to destroy property, to target police, or to do any other kind of rioting, vandalism, violence, or committing crimes. I am a strong believer in our Constitution, and part of that Constitution is freedom of speech and freedom of opinion. And I believe that that applies to everybody, including people with whom I don't necessarily agree, or it should be for everybody, whether you agree with what the person is saying or not. That peaceful, um, um, conversations, peaceful protest, all of those types of things are certainly something that we should all have the right to. You don't have to agree with all of them, and I don't agree with every type of protest that goes on. And I don't expect everyone to agree with something that I might protest. What I do want to see and want to be part of is allowing differing opinions to be out there without the violence and those types of things. But I have seen a chasm, a totally just a huge breakaway, that somehow we are supposed to either support our police officers or we support the notion that Black Lives Matter, and that those two things cannot be held together. And that if you do one, for instance, I've seen people go as far as saying, if you support the police, then you're racist, which is an absurdity to me. There is no way that we can continue to make any kind of progress if we continue to say that you cannot reasonably do both of those things. So I think that that's really important. And again, we, like everything I've talked about, we can't come to solutions unless we all come to the table to help make the solutions move forward. I know that people are not happy with the way things might be moving forward. You don't like the notion, people are angry because of defunding. People are angry because of this. They're angry because of the riots. And so if you're angry, what I'm encouraging you to do is stand up, to speak out, to join conversations like this, to vote for people who will support the things that you think are important and that you think can be part of the solution. And that's, that's my position on that. And I do think that we can find ways to use common sense in this crazy world right now with everything that is going on, but it certainly will take a movement to do that. Okay, let's see if I have any other questions. I hope that I answered your question, and I appreciate that question very much. So I don't see anything else coming in yet, but I'll take a peek here. Let me just peek over here. Okay. All right. So I want to talk about one last bit of information tonight with things that are going on. Just kind of want to talk a little bit about how things that I've been seeing in social media, calls to action, and that type of thing. And this really kind of just piggybacks on what I just said. But, there have been some folks that I've seen recently on social media calling people to action. And I just want to commend any of you who are out there fighting every day, being activists, putting your personal life aside or spending your time out there fighting for things that you think are important and helping to rally others to do the same thing. Especially those who realize the significance and importance of us looking at how we're represented in our government and what action we can take to make that representation look the way we want it to look. So I commend you if you're out there doing that. I thank you. If you are looking for a means to do that, if you feel the sense of urgency that some of us do, that I do, to help create change, then I certainly encourage you to act on that. And if you're sitting around going, well, but how do I act on that? What do I do? Then shoot me a message, send me an email. I will connect you with folks, and it doesn't have to be anything with regard to my campaign necessarily, but there are people out there that you can connect with that will help you find a way to become active and advocate for the things that you want and become, really involved in that system and in our policymaking systems. So, okay, well, I don't have anything else for tonight. I don't want to belabor things. If anybody does have any further questions, I really encourage you to post it up now. And certainly if someone comes in a little bit late or a question comes in or somebody posts something, I'll certainly address it online in the comments, and this will be archived as usual. So, okay. I don't see anything coming in. So as a reminder, please visit CynthiaSarmientoHD30.com. We have 1 week until ballots are due. If you haven't filled out that ballot yet, please get that filled out and turned in. And even, I just want to say that I do have a primary race, and so I'm asking for your vote. I hope that over the time that I have been out here campaigning and talking to people, that I have shown you what my experience is and how that experience will benefit me as a legislator, benefit me in this race. It's going to be a hard uphill race starting in July. We live in a county, this district is not a district that can be won alone on our Republican voters. So we need all of our Republican voters to get out there and vote, but we also have to address everyone in the community and move forward. And I certainly hope that I've shown everybody how I am ready to do that, to put this fight forward, to take this seat back, and also what my qualifications are to help me be successful in that legislator. And so I am asking for your vote, but even in non-contested races on your primary ballot, please vote. It's so important to those folks who are running for office. We are able to get information and data from that's critical to helping us know how to campaign as we go forward. If we want to turn the state around, if we want to take back these seats, it's very important for us to be able to most effectively move forward in the general election. So please get your ballot in. It is super important. Hi, Anna. I hear Anna saying thank you, and you're welcome. Thank you for being here. So much appreciate the comment. And it's just nice to see comments, to know people are out there. Even if you don't have a question for me, it's just great to see people say hello or whatever it is, so that I know you're out there listening to my crazy town hall. So visit the website, please, and look. Tomorrow I will be kind of unveiling the event for my birthday this weekend, so please check that out. Really excited to have fun with that, and appreciate all of your support. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.